Very nice. Well, I think those are fascinating examples, Lebo. I think that we've got a wonderful amount of information from you, and I'm just wondering if there's anything else that we could chuck into the discussion. One of the questions I was going to ask is your personal experience of mentorship, but you've spoken about that
Yeah, I've
during
spoken a bit
the
about
the course of the discussion. Is there any final thing you'd like to add to those people who might be watching this video and thinking, should I, shouldn't I, what should I do?
Yeah, I think perhaps one of the big questions might be then, if mentorship is so important, where does one find the mentor? Right. So there are platforms like Blue Frontier Academy, where your organization has a network to a number of CEOs of very prominent people who can assist as mentors. I personally found Prof. Mamuketi on another platform that's called Mentorship Boardroom. And so what happens is that you find that there are platforms where these prominent people actually go to and then offer themselves as mentors. They offer their services. So it's for students to actually go to those platforms and ask for such information or asked to be mentored. And one other thing that I found really works for me in this space is that you have to be courageous, right? You have to be bold in seeking out a mentor, somebody who's going to help you or assist you in this space. Chris, when you think about it, to approach someone like Prof. Mamuketi Pake, who is a vice chancellor of UCT, and I'm just coming off from nowhere, I'm no one, and I'm asking her to help me transition into academia, that requires boldness, right? And so I found that that is one of the things that you really have to be bold in seeking out mentorship. And that mentorship is not always formal, Chris. Sometimes we make it as if it's this big thing and that you have to approach this big person who's going to help you with these big goals. And it's not always necessarily the case. I find that in our own spaces, for instance, there are mentors all around us. So you just find somebody who can help you with something that you need assistance in your career development. Sometimes you can even watch them from far. You don't necessarily have to make it a formal relationship or anything like that. And sometimes you find that you're so good at what you do that you get noticed by people who are in the positions that you want to be in, right? So you become a potential mentee. But they won't come to you and say, look, I think you'd make a great mentee or something to that effect, right? You just see yourself being put under the wing, and you find yourself being guided by them. So I'm saying all these things because these are the things that are happening to me, right? And I have to embrace them and see them as mentorship. It does not necessarily have to be a relationship that looks like mine and Prof. Mamuketi's relationship. I have many people at JBS that act as mentors informally so that I can get to where I need to get to. And the last thing really that I found works for me in the mentorship space, Chris, is that you need to be mentorable. Right? When you start reaching these high positions, you think you know it all and so on. And it's look, you're very good at what you do. But if you're going to approach a mentor, see people as your mentors, you have to be mentorable. It might be a word, it might not be a word, but you understand what I'm trying to get to. Be teachable, right? So if a mentor tells you, this is what I have done, I suggest that you take this route, and they will take it. Take the word and do what they're saying. And I found that that has worked very well for me, in my experience. It has gotten me to where I am today. For instance, that interview that I was telling you about with Prof. Mamuketi, that specific words she gave me to say. And when I said them, that got me the interview. So don't think you're very smart. Just be teachable and mentorable. And those are my experiences, Chris, that I'd like to share.
So, Dr. Lebo Semenya, thank you so much. This has been a wonderful conversation. I love
Thank
your
you.
closing remarks there. Be bold. You're not alone. None of us are alone in this life.
Yes.
We have a whole network of support if we would just access it. And
Yes.
sometimes it takes courage to go out there and ask for help. An organization like Blue Frontier Path Online Academy exists purely
Yeah.
to help. It exists to
Yeah.
be a helping hand in your because it's a struggle, you know, you're out there, you're trying to carry a job, maybe you're trying to carry a family, you've got all these demands on your life, and then you decide to do a PhD or whatever it might be. That is a lot of stuff. So to get whatever support you need is just the right thing to do.
Absolutely,
Thank you.
absolutely.
Thank
I
you very
agree with
much,
that.
Lebo.
Thank you,
It's been
Chris.
wonderful
Thank you.
to chat to you. I hope we can chat to you again sometime.
Sometime. I'd love that. Thanks,
Thanks
Chris.
so much. Bye.
Bye-bye.